So market recap of the day. So we're gonna go over first with US30 and then go on gold. So check this out. US30, obviously, just by looking at this, you guys can see that US30 did play out long position, right? Now in the breakdown video, I did explain that I'm looking for buys above the 38,700, but I decided to take an early entry at the 38,690, literally 10 points away from the entry that I told you guys. Now obviously the price point, as you guys can see, is very different from the market platform that I used to trade. So it's gonna be very different from here, but the 38,690 was above at this point over here. Now, obviously, the two reasons why I end up taking this buy position very early and obviously waiting for price to break over here was one, if you guys look at the higher time frame, which is obviously what you guys want to be focusing on, look at the trend. What is the trend trending? Obviously, we are trending this bullet trend, right? So obviously, you guys want to be looking for a buy position along, obviously, from the sells. Now, the second reason why I took the buy position over here is because check this zone over here. This is a new zone that I marked up early this morning, which I showed you guys early as well, because this could have been a good entry for you guys as well. But this did not happen at least around 8 p.m. So this happened literally like an hour before the market opened, which I sent you guys to break down like hours before that even happened. But this would have been a very nice zone that you guys could have obviously taken some buys. So this is the zone that I marked up. Literally, this happened at, as you guys can see, at 8 a.m. I marked up the zone. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be waiting to see if price can give me the break above here. So that's exactly what I waited for. So obviously the trend is bullish. We're gonna be going along with the trend. Sales did not look clean at all until, or it really makes sense taking sales under the 38,550s. From here, I wasn't really interested in taking any sales, not even from the highs over here, because we could have taken sales here, but obviously I'd rather wait for price to give me the best confirmation. Obviously, I don't want to be going just taking trades. That doesn't really make sense, just to catch, percentage. That doesn't really make any sense. I'd rather take trades that does make sense and obviously gives me the high probability. So the sales from here did not make any sense. I'd rather wait for price to give me clean sales under the 38,550, which is the support over here, which at this case over here, we start breaking it. What's the thing is going to happen? Price is going to start shifting in structure from obviously going bullish to now going bearish. So the sales make sense more over here. So that's exactly what I waited for. I did mark this up at 8 a.m. This happened like obviously an hour, 30 minutes before the market opened. I marked up this zone over here. This obviously was a risky area because there's two things that you guys gotta focus on. We're trading between these two important zones, which is you guys don't want to be trading when there's two important zones. Like in this case, the way that I use my trading or my strategy, right? When I do mark up two important zones, when I'm waiting for a proper breakout, I don't like taking trades inside the middle, right? Because obviously at that point it's gonna be consolidated. You're basically trading in the consolidation or the range. So this obviously was a risky trade, but the risk to reward was obviously there. So obviously that's the reason why I took it as well. So marked up this resistance zone over here. Obviously I go down in the 5 minute time frame. What I waited for was simply a 5 minute break candle, a candle to break above it and maintain above it. So that's exactly what happened. So we get a 5 minute candle break above it, right? Price did maintain above it. This is my bullish candle that I enter off. From right there, we target the first target, which is the 38,700. This is obviously where I took, I do believe it was like 30%, 30 or 40% where I took my percentage. And then as you guys can see from there on, price literally broke above it and it just kept going very bullish. And we perfectly tap into the target that I mentioned early this breakdown as well. So buys this morning played out amazing. I was going over to see if I could have gotten a second entry, right? A second entry, I would have taken it literally at this candle over here. The same exact candle that happened here, I could have taken it right over here. This could have been a second entry as well. Literally, this is where you guys could have taken your trade as well. You guys could have your stop loss literally right over here under this candle, which would have been like a 40-point stop loss. And obviously, you guys want to target literally this highs over here. Let's put this a little bit lower, like right here at this wick. So this could have been your take profit. Again, this could have been a 3% trade for you guys as well if you guys could have taken this late entry. I could have entered, but obviously I was not in the chart, so I just let this trade play out. This is where I took 30% after I stopped looking at the market for a while. I went to do something. I went to a grocery shop to buy food. Literally when I'm getting there, I get my alarm that price got over here. So this is where I took majority of my profit, right? I took around, I believe, 50%. So there I did have like 20 or 10% running. And then from there, when I got back home, price ended up hitting my final take profit for 3%, 200 points, 200 plus point day. So it's very simple, not too complicated at all. Obviously, this is a risky trade just because we were trading in between these two zones that I'd rather wait for the breakout. But obviously, the risk to reward was right there, so why not take the trade? So very simple. We're gonna go into gold now. All right, so this morning I missed my early entry with gold, which literally could have been the breakout, just how I explained to you guys early this morning, right? So check this out. I did end up taking some sales right here, which played out for 20 pips. From there, price reverse took me out of break even. So it was just a break even day with gold. But this is the trade that I missed, and this is the same exact setup that I explained to you guys early this morning. So check this out. Early New York session, once again, we get a pullback at this resistance, right? What happens here? Price does reject it, right? So this area of resistance, which is a 2026.50, it is previous daily support, which price, as you guys can see, is holding it as resistance. That's one thing, confirmation. The second confirmation is if you guys look at the higher time frame, where is price trending, right? Price is trending downward. We're trending to the downside. So that's two. Price is trending to a downside, which is bearish. Price is rejecting daily support, which is holding it as resistance. And then the second one is what happens over here, or the third one, what happens over here. Price perfectly give us a breakout under the 2020, literally the zone that I explained to you guys early this morning. So once we got those rejection, what happens over here? Price end up giving us a breakout under the 2020. One, we get a bearish candle, 15-minute bearish candle breaking under, right? What happens next? We go down into lower time frame. We do see that price perfectly pulls back, and what happens over here? We are rejecting this previous support or the range of the breakout, which is the 2020. Price is rejecting it, and from right there, price is obviously trading to a downside. Third one, we get a bearish engulfing candle closure, right? So there's three things that happens. We got rejections again from the from the daily support, which price is holding it as resistance. Two, price gave us a breakout under the 2020, which is the zone that I explained to you guys, right? And then three, we got the pullback. We got the perfect break and retest, the pullback, and then price gave us a bearish engulfing candle. So this right here would have given you guys, this right here could have been your entry at 2019. This is where obviously I could have taken my entry as well at 2019. I always go for 30 pips stop loss. Depends on how you guys put your stop loss. I go for 30 pips. Obviously, I always do a 1 to 3 risk to reward. But I did mark up two zones that I was targeting. So this would basically would have been my final take profit at around the 2009 range, right? Now, I marked up two zone, which would have been my target. This would have been right here my first take profit, and this right here could have been my second take profit, and down over here would have been my take profit, right? My third take profit. So once we get a clean break into a downside, price perfectly came into 2015, which is the first take profit right here. What happens over here? Obviously, you guys want to take percentage, right? So if I did take this trade, I would have taken like 30% off this trade, 30% of my profit. Once price came into my second target, which is right over here, I would have taken another 30%, obviously leaving just a small runner. But I end up missing this trade, which would have given me a perfect 2% trade, I believe. So yeah, literally 2%, 60 pip would have been a perfect trade with this gold trade to start off the week. But I end up taking a very late entry. Now the entry that I took this morning was this 15-minute candle pullback, right? So we got to break under the support, right? I did wait for this pullback. I did enter at 2015 was literally my entry. So my entry was at 2015. My stop loss was 30 pips. So 2015, my stop loss was 30 pips, literally right over here, and then my take profit was 20 pips, which would have been right here. Perfect. As you guys can see, price tapped this zone, which is this support. As you guys can see, price did reject it, and from there on took us out of break even, and then from there price obviously shot to the upside. So I do regret not taking that trade early this morning, which would have given me 2%. Hope you guys took the trade, because I literally gave it to you guys step by step exactly how to look for that trade. But check this out. Once again, price is at this area support. Looks like price is currently rejecting it. I'm gonna send you guys a new breakdown later on. I'm gonna send you guys a new breakdown so you guys can obviously get the trade as well. But I'm sending you guys this later, probably tonight, later on tonight, like around midnight, which is gonna be like 3 or early morning, actually like around 4 a.m. I'm gonna send you guys a breakdown, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that one. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this recap. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one.